Now, from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, well, good Thursday evening, everybody. Hopefully you had a great Thursday afternoon. It was another really cold day out there. Of course, this Arctic air mass remains entrenched across North Texas. We begin to see some real improvement as we get into tomorrow, Friday. Better weather for sure heading into the weekend. There is a rain chance through the weekend. We're going to talk about for part of the weekend, I should say, and then a big warm-up as we get into next week. So we've got some good highlights, if you will, to the forecast as we go forward. But this evening, if you're looking for anything good, unless you just really like cold weather, more tough stuff here on the way. In fact, temperatures through the 20s, and again, wind chills this evening through the teens. Now take a look at this here. This was this morning, and we actually made some weather history. This was a record low this morning. We were down to 12 officially at DFW. DFW is the official reporting site for the entire Metroplex. And again, we broke an old record, and this one is held for quite some time from all the way back in 1939. The record again for today's date was 19, so we shattered that, blew that one right out of the water. And again, you can see a typical morning low this time of year. Where should we be? Well, we should be right around 41. Obviously, nowhere near that. We won't be near that tomorrow morning either. Now, as we went through the afternoon, these are your highs, and again, this is day number 2 at DFW. We have not officially made it above freezing. That could easily maybe still tick up 1 or 2, but again, right now, I mean, we're basically wrapping up the afternoon, only 30. Again, officially at DFW, you can see across North Texas, again, a lot of locations essentially below freezing today. Hillsborough, Corsicana, again, Athens, Palestine, again, off to the southeast. A few of these locations did get above freezing, but again, everyone else, basically, as we went through the day, they remained below freezing. Now, we're completely dry. No precipitation out there today. No precipitation for tomorrow, Friday. You have to really look off to the west here. You can see, it's almost hard to see, but it's an upper-level storm system, the counterclockwise spin. This is eventually going to be coming out as we get into Saturday, but the good news is it still appears as though it's going to be Saturday night, so Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. Both of those still look good, but again, Saturday evening, Saturday night, there could be a few very light showers around. You look at the storm system, though, it is very impressive, but simply put, it's just not going to have a lot of moisture to work with, right? This Arctic air mass, it's basically tapped out all the humidity, so even though this comes through relatively with decent strength, it's just not going to be very proficient in producing much in the way of showery activity. I'll show you the modeling coming up. But again, here's one more look at that Arctic air mass. Sooner rather than later, we'll be done talking about this, but at least for another day, for another night, remains again entrenched across a good part of the country. But here it is again, heading into the weekend. You can see we do begin to at least modify the air mass. The Arctic air does begin to retreat as well. If you look carefully, here comes that upper level storm system, and again, a few showers possible Saturday night. Otherwise, we truly, as we get into next week, begin a very significant warm up where temperatures may be trending well above normal. Okay, let's fast forward in time. I want to take you to Saturday. Saturday afternoon, still dry. Let me roll this into motion here. Saturday evening, Saturday night, and then as we get into Sunday morning, we're done with it, right? So just widely scattered showery activity. It's not necessarily going to be a wall of rain coming through. And again, it's mainly east of Interstate 35, a quarter to maybe a half an inch of rain if we're generous enough. But again, our western counties look right now at least to be generally dry. So tonight, teens in the north, so again, still at least faucet dripping weather in the north. We'll be in the 20s in the Metroplex. Wouldn't it hurt to drip the faucets at least one more time? And again, lower to mid-20s even down in our southern counties. This will be the other real story again as we go through the evening into the overnight. Again, those wind chill factors only in the teens. And then as we get into tomorrow, we at least see some moderation with high temperatures back into, well, the mid-30s. So tomorrow we will get above freezing, and then we push into the 50s as we get into Saturday. So some real improvement. You can see we just kind of slowly ease back into it. After 21 tomorrow morning, 37 tomorrow Friday for an afternoon high. There's the 50s for the weekend. Saturday night, maybe a few showers around, mainly off to the east. Then take a look at this as we get into next week. We're talking about some 70s. We may be talking about some thunderstorms by Wednesday, and then even deeper in the 12-day by the following weekend. We may also be talking about some thunderstorms. And again, each of those may even present an opportunity with even some stronger thunderstorm activity. So maybe a little taste of spring as we go forward in time. Stay with us. A lot more coming up.